And our top focus, the elections to civic bodies, including the pivotal Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation or the BMC, has ended in Maharashtra. BMC polls are being dubbed as mini assembly elections and are also being seen as a referendum on Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. The political parties were engaged in a no-holds-barred vicious campaign, which also saw a lot of personal abuse took place. Voting is being held for a total of 10 major civic bodies, including the cash-rich Brihanmumbai Municipal Corporation, which has an annual budget of around 37,000 crores. Stakes are high for Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis as well as Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray. Both were involved in that high-decibel campaign, taking potshots at each other repeatedly. Sena has filed a complaint against, in fact, Devendra Fadnavis over allegedly violating code of conduct. Despite being in a coalition for the state government, BJP and Sena are fighting the civic polls separately for the first time in over 2 decades. Congress and MNS are also in the fray. Over 2,200 candidates are contesting for 227 seats.
मैं तमाम जनता को ये निवेदन करता हूं कि लोकतंत्र में वोटिंग ये आपका अधिकार है और इस अधिकार का उपयोग सभी ने करना चाहिए, इसको कर्तव्य मानकर करना चाहिए। हम लोकतंत्र की प्रक्रिया में अगर अपना मत अभिव्यक्त नहीं करेंगे तो ये प्रक्रिया कभी सुदृढ़ नहीं हो सकती। इसलिए मैं अपील करता हूं कि सारे लोग यहां पर जरूर अपने अपने वोटिंग बूथ पर जाएं और वोटिंग करें।
मतदारांनी मतदान केलं पाहिजे, हा त्याचा अधिकार आहे। जसं मला असं वाटतं की जसं मतदारांनी त्यांचा हक्क बजावला पाहिजे तसं राजकीय पक्षांनी देखील काम केलं पाहिजे, याची पण होर्डिंग्स लागली पाहिजेत। प्रत्येक वेळेला मतदार त्यांचा हक्क बजावतो, पण राजकीय पक्षांनी त्यांचा कामाचा हक्क पण बजावला पाहिजे।
Whatever the connected issues which are connected with our city, I have voted for, because a lot of issues are there. There is of course the water problem which is going on for the years and years, which is not yet solved as yet. Even in Mumbai, I'm not talking about Maharashtra also. Even the roads are very bad. Traffic problem is so bad, so that people are spending a lot of time in the traffic.
And let's get a sense of what is really playing out on the ground. Kamlesh Sutar, my colleague, is tracking, of course, that big BMC, the prestigious seat polling that took place today in Mumbai. Pankaj Kelkar is there in Pune. To begin with you, Kamlesh, what are you learning of in terms of the final figures of the polling?
Well, Smita, the final official figures are yet to come, but what we are learning, what the normal sense is that it could be just around 50%, and that perhaps would be the highest figure in last 2 decades. Joining me now is senior Shiv Sena leader Anil Parab, who has also been the backbone of the backroom planning that the Shiv Sena had. Mr. Parab, what do you make if a 50% polling takes place in Mumbai, around 50%? What do you sense? Is it good for Shiv Sena, or is it going to work in the favor of BJP?
It is a receipt of the work what we have done in last 5 years. We look at from that angle, because generally when the percentage goes up, it's a sign of either way. It's a sign of the receipt or the acknowledgement of your work. BJP don't have that much any reason to get that much higher percentage. So I think according to me, it is definitely the acknowledgement from the people, the work which we have done for the last 5 years, not 20 years.
No, generally it is said that the more the voting percent, it is considered as anti-incumbency vote. And also the BJP, if you consider the BJP's logic, they say the new voters that have added, young voters are in their side.
No, already 11 lakhs voters has been deleted. You just look from that angle also. 11 lakh voters has been deleted from the voting this list. So now we have to decide who are they, those who added this percentage. So yet the report has to come, who are the voters, those who are added in this percentage. Because last time it was 44%. Now it assume that it's about to 50%. So then what is this 6%? Who are the voters? Whether they are young voters or whether they are the real genuine voters, because some people are interested in voting in corporations because their needs are regularly of the basis of the human necessities. So that people might be there.
But are you alleging that there has been some discrepancy in the voter list? Are you alleging that? Who has done that?
See, I have pointed out this point before 4 months back to the collector of Mumbai suburb city, Shekhar Chennai, because when the redevelopment took place and the buildings were, these slums were in the redevelopment process, then the people are shifted from their heads to the new transit camp or new somewhere in the as a rental basis. At that time, their names were deleted.
But this deletion of name is going to hamper Shiv Sena somewhere or the other, you said?
I don't think it will hamper, but we have to see that from where these deletions are. It has been done purposely or it has been the mishap on behalf of the election commission. We have to check all these things thoroughly. Then only we will be in a position to tell you everything.
Okay. Smita, there you see there's an important update that has come in from the Shiv Sena. The Shiv Sena feels that almost 12 lakh names have been deleted from the list, and Shiv Sena leader Anil Parab here is alleging that it needs to be found out. There needs to be a proper inquiry about how these names were deleted. Perhaps he is signaling at a point that this could perhaps lead to some changes in the voting pattern as well. So serious allegation coming in from the Shiv Sena even after the voting for the BMC polls is over. So it's not over as yet. Smita?
Okay, and in fact, Shaina NC of the BJP is also now with us on the broadcast. And before I go over to Pankaj, Shaina, would you like to respond to that kind of allegation that was being levelled by the Shiv Sena leader just now in conversation with our correspondent, saying that almost 12 lakh perhaps names seem to be missing from the lists?
Well, isn't this standard practice? Whenever you have a case where somebody is winning, there seems to be a sense of insecurity in a particular political party. However, I only want to say that the people of Maharashtra and the people of Mumbai are very, very clear that they believe in the leadership of Devendra Fadnavis. They are inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and they want a stable, good government that's based on progress and focusing on infrastructure for Mumbaikars, and will be there as the political voice that ensures that we have zero corruption.
You think Shiv Sena is talking about the list of missing voters because there is a sense of jitteriness amongst the camp that they are losing the elections?
Probably your analysis would be better than mine being a journalist. I can only say as a party worker and as cadre that the cadre is extremely enthusiastic, and I'm sure that the victory day after on the 23rd is going to be a mandate which is historic, mandate which is for the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, but a mandate where the Mumbaikar exerts that they don't want to be held to ransom by any corrupt practice.
Okay, Shaina NC, do stay on with us. Kamlesh Sutar is in Mumbai, Pankaj Khelkar is in Pune. We will have to take a short break at this point in time. 10 municipalities voting, of course, that voted today, but that big prestige seat of BMC, who gets to be the boss of Mumbai? That's a question that Managing Editor Rahul Kanwal will take forward on the other side of this very short break.
Hello and a warm welcome. You're watching an India Today special broadcast. Over the next 40 minutes, we will get you the exit poll numbers in the municipal elections in Maharashtra. We're looking at 4 big cities. The BMC, that's the big one, the richest municipal body in India. We're also looking at the numbers from Nagpur, from Thane and from Pune. So these are the 4 numbers we're looking at. I'm starting with Thane. Remember, voting just getting over. Our pollsters working very hard, collating these numbers for us. We will start with Thane, which has traditionally been a Shiv Sena bastion. Axis My India predicts for the India Today group that in Thane, the Shiv Sena is likely to pick up 40% of the vote share. The BJP likely to pick up 24% of the vote share. Mumbai, in Thane, the Congress likely to pick up 8% of the vote share. The NCP likely to pick up 18% of the vote share. The MNS likely to pick up 4% of the vote share. That's the vote share numbers for Thane. Let's now come to the ward share prediction. The number of wards are the municipal equivalent of seats. Let's now look at the ward share prediction for Thane. Thane, Shiv Sena likely to bag between 62 to 70 seats. The BJP likely to bag between 26 to 33. The Congress likely to bag between 2 and 6. The NCP between 29 and 34. What this means is Access My India projects for India Today that the Shiv Sena is likely to dominate the municipal election of Thane. Joining us now is a man who understands the politics of Mumbai and Maharashtra better than anyone else. Rajdeep Sardesai, we're waiting for the BMC numbers to come in. Till then, let's focus on Thane, a traditional Shiv Sena stronghold. Our vote share numbers suggesting a big gap between the Sena and its closest competitor.
No surprise, Rahul. If there's one part of Maharashtra which has steadily stood by the Shiv Sena through good times and bad, it is Thane. The Shiv Sena has a stronghold at civic level, at the level of Thane, whether it's been assembly elections. They've done remarkably well because their grassroots Shakha network is much stronger in Thane. It's a legacy of their old leader Anand Dige, who passed away, of course, some while ago. But that legacy of Mr. Dige has given the Sena a sense that it is the party that has identified itself well with local concerns. Therefore, in a municipal election where local issues matter more than anything else, the Shiv Sena has the kind of local base that the other parties simply lack at the moment. So it's no surprise these numbers. In fact, if anything, I believe that the Shiv Sena will do even more strongly in Thane in this election. It's a Shiv Sena bastion. No surprise in those numbers at all.
Okay, from Thane, let's now move to Nagpur. Remember, Nagpur is the headquarters of the RSS. This is an important municipality for the BJP here. And I'll start with the ward share numbers first. The BJP likely to bag between 98 to 110 wards. The Congress between 35 and 41. The Shiv Sena between 2 and 4. The BSP between 1 and 2. Others between 3 and 5. Let's look now at vote share percentages for Nagpur. The BJP expected to bag about 55% of the vote share here. The Congress expected to bag 30%, the Shiv Sena 2, the NCP 1, the BSP 8, the RPI 1. Essentially, Nagpur being painted saffron, Rajdeep.
Again, no surprise. Remember, if the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections are anything to go by, both in the Lok Sabha and in the assembly elections, completely dominated by the BJP. Nitin Gadkari, Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister from Nagpur, also Nitin Gadkari, the sitting MP from Nagpur. And the BJP in the last 5 years in particular has invested a lot of its capital in Nagpur. Again, as I said, these numbers really reflect what has been the ground reality here over the last 3 years. It is also the decline of the Congress, because there was a time when the Congress was the most powerful force in Nagpur. That has changed, and the BJP is now the rising force in urban politics in Maharashtra, but particularly in the Vidarbha belt and particularly in Nagpur. So no surprise once again, like
this is where Devendra Fadnavis comes from. So it would have been very important for him. And he's been mayor of Nagpur many years ago.
He was. So in fact, that was his first major task that he took up, was the mayor of Nagpur when only in his 30s. He voted there today. So he's still a voter from Nagpur. Nitin Gadkari has also campaigned there. The Congress at the moment doesn't have the kind of strong leadership. Vilas Muthemwar, its long-serving MP from Nagpur. But at the end of the day, these numbers don't surprise anyone. The BJP, it has appeared, is the dominant party of Nagpur.
Okay, now let's see if we can come to the BMC numbers. Remember, this is what everyone is most interested in. India's richest municipal body. Let's now take you through the big numbers, breaking the first time on India Today. And I want to take you through the ward share prediction first. The Shiv Sena is projected by Access My India to pick up between 86 and 92 wards. The BJP between 80 and 88. The Congress between 30 and 34. The NCP between 3 and 6. The MNS between 5 and 7. The SP between 2 and 4. What this essentially means is that the election in Mumbai is too close to call. Neck and neck between the Shiv Sena and the BJP. Amit Shah said it's about proving who's the big brother. Well, Access My India can't figure with a high level of certainty who the big brother is, because it's a very, very tight race. And if you look at the vote share percentages, you will understand just why. I want to take you through the vote share percentages for the BMC election in Mumbai. The Shiv Sena expected to bag 32% of the vote. The BJP also expected to bag 32% of the vote. The Congress down at 16. Rajdeep, neck and neck in Mumbai, it can't get closer than this.
It can't get closer than this. And remember, one of the dangers of an exit poll in Mumbai is, in a municipal election, is that often the margins are 500,000 votes, about 20,000 people might vote given the relatively low voter turnout. So clearly in that sense, even in a neck and neck race, one would hasten to jump to conclusions as to who's won. My gut is given the kind of vote percentage that has taken place, I believe the Shiv Sena will be marginally ahead. And that's what our poll is showing, marginally ahead of the BJP. That margin may widen if the voting percentage is much higher in the Sena strongholds. At the grassroots level, that is a possibility. But Rahul, and I think these numbers are important to reflect on, the BJP won just 31 seats in 2012. So if it is almost tripling its seats to 80 odd seats, it's a huge resurgence of the BJP in Mumbai and reflects again what happened in 2014. And with these numbers in a neck and neck race, I would say that Devendra Fadnavis would believe he is just as big a winner as the Shiv Sena. None of the parties getting a majority, but if they're anywhere within 10 seats of the Sena, Devendra Fadnavis will well see this as his victory. He has dented the Sena citadel if these numbers are right.
Remember, Mumbai has been for the longest time a Shiv Sena bastion, and therefore for the BJP to be able to up its game in Mumbai is indeed a big deal. I want to introduce now our guests who are joining us on this broadcast. Shaina NC is the national spokesperson of the BJP. Kamlesh Sutar, my colleague, is joining us from Mumbai as well. He's been tracking the BMC numbers. Ratan Sharda is an ideologue with the RSS. With us also is Pankaj Khelkar. He's in Pune. I have just received from my producer a moment before now the numbers for Pune as well. We'll go across to our guests when we come back on the other side of a very quick break. Remember, this is one of the most exciting municipal elections, an election which will determine who runs Mumbai, India's richest civic body, the BMC. We'll come back to the special broadcast on the other side of a very quick break. Stay with us.